Hi, this is Elliot Haspel, and welcome to another edition of Best Practices Weekly. Today we're going to be talking about using primary sources in the elementary grades. And this comes from an article in The Reading Teacher, in which reading expert Timothy Rosinski and another professor at Kent State University dig into this idea of primary sources. And this is going to be another one of those shorter videos because the information is just so meaty that it really makes more sense to go to the website and download the full article right up. I'm probably going to next week, we'll get back to sort of the more advanced videos and me explaining more on video, but I want to make sure that the information is conveyed as sort of faithfully as possible. And so I'm just going to quickly summarize the overarching idea, which is this. Primary sources, which, just mean original historical documents or visuals or artifacts, they are often seen as sort of being the domain of middle school and high school. You expect to see the projects in middle school or high school where students are working on the American Revolution or doing something else where they're digging into primary sources to make an argument. And they're very rarely used in elementary school. But research has actually found that students as young as first grade or kindergarten can engage with primary sources and get some pretty good benefits out of them. The benefits of using primary sources are many beyond actually just the learning of historical knowledge. It helps students build their vocabulary skills, it helps students with their critical thinking skills, and it helps students learn how to read informational text. All of these things are going to build students' literacy skills overall. So there's lots and lots of benefits of it. Rosinski calls it untapped potential to the use of primary sources in elementary school. And so what the full article write-up has is some ideas on how you can actually help elementary students engage with primary sources, what kind of questions should you be asking them, what kind of guidance should you be giving them. And then when you're thinking about where am I going to get primary sources for my elementary school students, they suggest a couple of things. Obviously there's some material that's just a little bit too heavy or too advanced for some of the younger students. You're not necessarily going to get into the Civil War or the American Revolution with a second grader, at least not really deeply. So really think about doing things that they're going to be able to connect to more. Family histories, or the history of the community in which you live, in which the students live, are really rich sources. There are primary sources that you can find for these things or come up with ideas of, and it's going to really help students. They'll understand, there's some of the context that they get, and you'll still be able to get a lot of how do you use primary sources to understand the history of a place or of a person or of a family. And also, think about the plenty of websites on the internet where you can get lots of free primary sources for various things. The Library of Congress has a site just for teachers. Various universities have sites, repositories of primary sources that you can just download for free. So really also consider using the power of the internet for this one. And overall, really just think about how can you help your students think about what's going on in history in a way it's also going to advance their literacy skills. That's sort of what this article is all about. Again, I really recommend downloading the full article right up, and happy teaching.